It's week 16 of the 2026 season, and coming up, we'll see Mac Jones. He comes in third in the league in passing touchdowns. It's the Commanders and the Eagles under the lights on Monday night.
The sun has gone down and the mercury going down as well. To be expected, I guess, here on an autumn night just outside of D.C. at FedEx Field. Tonight, we've got the crew set for what should be a real treat, a great Monday night matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Washington Commanders. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Washington team as they enter play here. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Eagles, they've gone a full half season since their last loss. Winners of 8 in a row.
And you don't get on win streaks like this without your defense playing a big role. They've created quite an identity, and I know they want and expect this streak to get to 9.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Commanders making their way out. They're led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Mac Jones.
And his stat line last week, that's not going to get him to the Pro Bowl. All right, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but they won. And so the bottom line for him is team won, managed the game effectively, led them to victory. He's doing all the right things.
And they'll run it. This is James Robinson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Check in on the numbers last week for Robinson. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Now Jones. That is caught. It's Uzama. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him old reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They go to Elliott again. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing Jones. And the catch made, and he fumbled it. It's on the ground, and it's picked up by the Eagles. The big fella, 20, 10, 5, and he's into to the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. The pass receiver turned into a runner, then he turned into a fumbler, and it goes the other way for 6.
I love your description. Although for the offense, they're not too happy about it. But for the defense, what a big-time play for them. Never give up on anything. Sometimes you create your own points.
But the receiver, hard to fault him. He's just going for extra yard.
That's exactly what you're supposed to do, but you have to take care of the football.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. As the Commanders make their way out on offense, let's take a peek at the playoff picture in the NFC. Well, with 3 weeks left, they are in one of those 3 wildcard spots, Charles, but that spot is not clinched, and there's not a ton of breathing room for them, so the bottom line, they just need to focus on winning right now.
Yeah, they totally have their eyes open, don't they? They know they've got teams trying to run them down. They can hear their footsteps. The question coaches ask guys in the locker room, do you have another gear left to pull away and lock in that playoff spot? If so, let's hit it.
Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Jones. He's going to drop this underneath for Robinson. And a good job defensively. They stopped him short of the first at the 32. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
On 3rd down, you'll give them that. You just want to make sure that you play the first down line. They were able to get him down and force the punt.
So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
I like this guy. And the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. And we see the emphasis early here. Get your star receiver involved. Able to do it successfully.
Not a bad start to begin with, that's for sure. And to me, this play says our guy is better than your guy's up. Because, you know, a player of his stature, he won't just be single covered all game long. He's going to involve multiple people, and right away, they told the other team, guess what? He's just better.
The Eagles at 13-1 now on the year. And they've gone a full couple of months now since their last loss. Winners of 8 in a row.
And we always talk about how a team has to play complementary football in order to really be a good squad. But I think in this league, if your offense isn't playing really well as this one is, you're not going to run off this kind of a streak.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Commanders are in great shape here as they take over at the 46-yard line.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week and how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
The Washington offense back out there. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll be dropped at the 36. It's a good gain of 18 on a play that originated back at the 18. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones. Got an open man, that's C.J. Uzomah. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. Back to throw. Jones. That's caught by his tight end, Uzomah. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 14. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Here's a handoff out of the gun. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. 2nd down and a run by Robinson. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Operating from the gun, Jones. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Matt Gay now gets ready for the field goal try. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And Gay knocks this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
From the 6. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Inside handoff to Mixon. And he carries this one past the midfield stripe and into Commander territory. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. Oh, what a juke into space. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and are controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Price. And they'll work this down inside the 30. The numbers for him from a week ago: 6 catches, 53 yards.
And they've gone to him early in this one. I sense a theme, one that I expect to continue throughout this contest.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. They'll go with the option, coming right. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. 14 yards that time and a first down on the keeper. Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
He'll decide to keep this once more. A tough run gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. This is a 2nd and 4, ball at the 9. They'll set up to throw. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he fires one, but incomplete. And this one is right through. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the two teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
Fielded right around the 8. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. And Washington going to come back out here to take over offensively. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Well, he gave one defender the slip, but others waiting in the wings and dropping him behind the line.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Looking to throw. Jones. Open man is Uzama. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
The offense on third down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun, Jones. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Back to Mixon on 2nd down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
To Mixon on the check down. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Here's Jones, throwing to start the drive. This to McLaurin out on the left side. Robinson gets the toss on the right side. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half, as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Jones, off play action. He gets this one to Boyd. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a 1st down.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the 1st down.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jones. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Now Jones on 3rd down. He's airing it out for Williams. And this is going to be caught. No, they say it's incomplete. And he's going to miss this one. That is no good. Well outside the left upright. And this will stay at a 7-point game.
I don't care who you are. 60 yards is a very ambitious attempt. Hard to make even in practice in the best of conditions. And now, worst of all, you give the other guys the ball to start their drive at midfield.
Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the 2nd quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. They're going to look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. He'll drop to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Price. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
And that's why defensive coaches preach swarming to the football. It's usually going to take more than one guy to get that big man down.
And it did right there. Multiple broken tackles, but they eventually get him down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Forced out to his left. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Brandon, you know I'm all about quarterbacks protecting themselves, but I have to admit it. I liked what I just saw there. That rookie wasn't afraid of absorbing a big hit. Now, you don't want to see him taking those shots all game long, but he picked up the 1st down, kept fighting for yards, and was willing to embrace some contact to keep the play moving.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Mixing up the middle. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. And he'll get this to the 22. So they began the play at the 11, and it's a gain of 11. 1st down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Let's go now.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. He'll drop this one down to Mixon. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. 2nd and 6. He finds his man, complete. That's Price. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. They run for it with Mixon. And he's able to pick up the 1st down before he's tackled right at the 10. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Looking to throw. This goes out wide for Mixon. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Back to throw. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Charles, every time that he makes one of these plays, I think the front office, they get a bigger and bigger collective smile because they feel more confident that they have found their guy, their future at quarterback.
And they should feel that way. It's obvious he's a big part of why they have such a good record this season. You're right about the bright future as well, and by association, a bright future for the franchise too.
The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. Takes it at the 7. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. So they get the one-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This one taken just inside the 10. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. So we've reached halftime here, and it's our visitors, the Eagles, leading this one. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll start up at TIAA Stadium in Jacksonville, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Kareem Hunt, 4 touchdown runs. From there, let's head west to see what's going on with the Raiders at home in Las Vegas. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Arizona Cardinals. Lamar Jackson, strong in the victory, as it pushes his guys back above the 500 mark on the year. Finally, let's get to Silicon Valley to check on the 49ers at home at Levi Stadium. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Tampa Bay Bucks. Joe Burrow, another strong performance as his guys claim victory number 13 on the year. Time now for a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Eagles. And even though they've got the big cushion, I would imagine they'd like to see a little more out of their passing game. Pretty pedestrian numbers through 2 quarters of play. Meanwhile, for Washington, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Eagles offense making their way back out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC.
Playoff picture here, and you see they've got that number 2 spot right now. Obviously a lot to like about that and where they're at in this home stretch of the season, but that first round home game is not guaranteed, Charles, until they lock up their division.
Bottom line, win the division, stay number 2, you get a favorable game at home to begin what you hope would be a nice postseason run.
2nd and 5. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Price. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
They'll look to throw here on first down. He finds his man. Complete. It's Price. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Impressive individual effort there. No one was going to stop him around the edge.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And that's why if you play in a 4-3 base and you're a defensive end, That's why you get the big bucks. They count on you to do everything. Defend the run, and of course, get to the quarterback.
But following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's 3rd. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 34-yard line. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
As we both know, there's a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year. And part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. They'll look to throw here. He finds his man, complete. It's Price, and he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. These two teams had met earlier in the season in Philly with the Eagles winning that ball game. So they're looking for another win here in Washington to take the season sweep. From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. From the gun, a give to Mixon. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. 71 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. He'll look to throw. Got St. Brown running the quick slant here. And the Eagles are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it has worked.
And he's in. Front Eagles touchdown. His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year, number 6 overall. And the Eagles take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the 3rd quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it. Pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Point after, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. First possession of the second half now for Washington. The CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. And that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late. that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jones. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Throwing Jones. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. They're obviously right now in the driver's seat, comfortably ahead. They've scored on a couple straight possessions, Charles. And, I mean, for them, I guess it's just more of the same, right? Keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah, it's not typical for us to see games out of reach in the 3rd quarter. Right now, they're unstoppable in this one. And seeing how they just came out onto the field, it does appear like they're done scoring points in this one. They look awfully confident.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his 2nd drop of the game.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Now we get another look at Washington on offense. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Now Jones. And that is incomplete. Here's Johnny Hecker now, standing just about on his own goal line. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. Philadelphia's offense ready to go again. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Here's a give to Mixon. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, but that's just a minor blip here in what's been a thoroughly dominating performance.
Well, that was a show of support to even allow him to attempt to make that kick. And you know if he did, that would tie the NFL record. That's a heck of a shot.
Yeah, it would have been a big deal, but
A little bit short. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Second down at 6 now from the 42.
Operating from the gun, Jones. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
That's good for Washington. First down.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 10-yard line.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Call it a 3-yard gain. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Jones now to throw on 3rd down. Buying time to his left. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
Desperation time now. Here's Jones.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Tyler Boyd with career touchdown number 60.
And the Commanders are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD. And well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, and I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence, because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
And they'll begin by running the option.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. A handoff to Mixon, and only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. The Eagles on 3rd down, lacking much success. Just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Aiden Hutchinson has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away from pretty good yardage. At that time, they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Oh, he shifts past him. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. And a Washington offense heading out. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Jones throw into the hands of McLaurin. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
That reception, his 600th NFL catch. Congratulations. Quite the accomplishment. On 1st down,
Jones being chased, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up second.
You can almost see all the defenders rubbing their hands together with glee because we all know they relish the chance to bring down a quarterback of his caliber. Anyone who brings him down has plenty to talk about. Not just a sack, but a big win built off the efforts of this defense.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Looking to throw. Jones. He's going to drop this underneath for Robinson. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Here's Jones. Throwing on 3rd and long. He completes it to Boyd. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. They'll run for it with Robinson. And try to push his way forward, but I think he's going to be short. And he is short. He needed 2. He only got 1. And the Eagles defense able to hold. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Even with the big lead here in the 4th, it still bombs away. And frankly, it's working. Why should they stop? Go ahead and keep firing away and gaining those yards.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll look to throw. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. They'll set up a throw. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. That one goes for 8 yards. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. They'll give it to Mixon. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Brought down just shy of the goal line. A 4-yard gain brings up 2nd and goal.
Another try for Mixon, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Back to throw here. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Bobby Brown drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further. So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles, and maybe more importantly, a victory in the division, which always helps.
And on the road. How about all of that rolled up into one? Because how often do you see division games get decided by this much of a margin?
Yeah, they thumped them.
Yeah, they jumped all over them. And a division game is usually a touchdown or less because these two teams know each other better than most teams in the league. In this case, that didn't hold up. On the road, big margin, big victory. Oh, yeah, that flight home will be good.
So for Philadelphia, it's another win for them, and you wonder if they want a redo on that one loss as they sit now at 14-1. And they'll have another road date next week with the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for the Commanders, it's a bad time of year to take a loss like this as they drop to 10-5. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals.